What's up, everybody? My name is Key Air, and you are watching the important things that really matter. Today, we're going to be talking about women that you should be running from. Once again, this is women that you should be running from. Okay? Very, very important subject. And I'm not just restricting this to males only. This is for males and females, because a lot of these people, women specifically that I'm talking about, well, it's not just women, but even though I'm kind of slanted towards the males a little bit, it's also for males and females, based upon the fact that a lot of people have parents, whether it's the mother and the father, which may be narcissistic. And I never even knew what the word narcissistic is or narcissist. I didn't even know or even heard of the term before, up until after I had finished not seeing a woman that I was about to marry, okay? And I thank God that I did not marry the person. I thank God that I did not marry the person. And once again, this is for males and for females. And some of you out there have a mother and or a father that may be narcissistic. And so what I'm going to go into today is some of the qualities that you should look for in narcissistic people, but primarily I'm kind of slanting towards a little bit of the males, okay? In terms of if you are a man that's looking for a wife, some of the qualities that you need to look for right away that should throw up red flags. One of the red flags that you should that should go up right away is if you're dealing with a person who lies about everything. If you are dealing with a person who lies about any little thing, you might want to get rid of that person as soon as possible. Narcissistic people are compulsive liars. They lie about every single solitary thing. Stuff that they don't even need to lie about, they lie about. And you need to take this into consideration, because if you are a man or if you are a woman and let's say you're about to marry somebody like this, okay, you cannot build any relationship based upon somebody that's lying to you, or half the time you're trying to figure out if they're lying to you or are they telling you the truth. No relationship should be based upon lies. So as I tell many people before in the past, the dating process is for you to see what type of person that you are dealing with. The dating process is for you to date and try to get to know that person so that you can get a feel for what type of person that you are dealing with. Because there's a lot of people, they can hide their real self for only so long. Some people can hide who they really are for 3 or 4 months, and you may have to get past 3 or 4 months. Some people may be able to hide who they really are for 6 months. I know one particular woman I was dating one time, it took 8 months before her real self came out. 8 months. So I always tell people, if you are planning on getting married to somebody, you want to date them at least a year to a year and a half. Once again, if you are dating somebody to get to know them, you need to be dating them for at least a year or a year and a half. And the main reason is because when you are dating somebody, especially in the beginning of a relationship, you are dating their representative. You are not dating them. You are dating their representative. Their representative, which is not the real them, is going to always be on the best behavior. They're always going to be nice, sweet, kind, loving. They're going to be everything that a man or a woman wants. Okay? And then later on, real slowly but surely, the real them comes out. The real cold person comes out. So people can only fake who they are for only so long until the real them come out. So that's why I tell everybody, if you're going to date somebody, especially you're dating somebody, you're thinking about marrying that person, date them at least a year to a year and a half. Some of us make mistakes. I have made the mistakes in the past, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about it. What I found out about this person who was a narcissistic person. And so we're not just talking about marriage, but we're also talking about how to deal with some of your family members. You might have a mother or a father that's extremely narcissistic. What are some of the things you should be looking for? I named one of the things already. One of the things that you should be looking for is the person a liar? Has the person lied about something that was so small that you're sitting up here wondering, why did you even lie about that? There was no reason to lie about it. You know, and I'm not going to advocate that people should be liars or anything like that in the least bit. You know, you can maybe understand if somebody is about to fire you, okay, and you lie about something to keep your job. You can kind of understand that because you don't want to lose your job. You got to go out here and look for another job, all right? You can kind of understand that. But when somebody's lying about something real small or something stupid that they don't need to be lying about, you're like, there was no reason to lie about that. Well, narcissistic people are people who lie about everything, lie about every single thing. And you may have a parent, a mother or a father who is like that. And you may have a parent, and they tell you something that's totally, you think that they're telling you the truth, and they tell you some huge, big, outrageous story, and you're getting concerned, and you might be getting concerned, and then later on you're going to find out what they told you was an absolute lie. I had a particular individual tell me something about a relative of mine. Told me some stuff about this person had cancer, and this person was this, and this person, and I'm sitting up here, I got real concerned and real worried, and then I go to the person to talk to them, and they're like, the person was like, they never had no cancer. I'm like, what? I said, the person sat there and told me you went to a hospital, and then you went to another hospital, and then somebody said that, don't go to that hospital no more because they're unreliable with their responses and stuff. And then later on you go back and you talk to the person that told you this, and this person will tell you, I didn't say that. What? I didn't tell you that. Okay, wait a minute. So I sat up here and imagined this whole thing, this whole elaborate story about this particular relative of ours has got cancer, and this particular relative of ours has got these sicknesses and diseases, and this doctor said this, and this doctor said that, and this hospital said this, and this hospital said that. So you're telling me I just imagined all that? Yep. And you start scratching your head. Maybe I did imagine that. Well, see, what I just showed you is a term called gaslighting. You'll have some people who are narcissistic, and narcissistic people are very, very evil. They're very wicked. They're like a demon child. They're like a demon seed. They'll tell you this big old elaborate lie. And then you come to find out everything that they told you was a lie. And you're like, why did you tell me this? And they'll tell you, I didn't tell you that. Well, what I just showed you, them denying something that they told you, is what you call gaslighting. And there was a movie called Gaslighting, I do believe. And this movie, basically in a nutshell, this guy was trying to make his wife go crazy. And so she'd go into a room, and then she'll go out of the room and go to the kitchen, and while she's out of the room, they had the lights on, the husband would go in there and turn the lights off. And then she'll walk back in the room and she'll be like, I swore I turned the lights on. And then the husband was like, no, you didn't turn the lights on. Well, what he did was, when she walked out the room, he turned them off. So you have people that will get what they call gaslight you to make you think you going crazy when it's actually them. They're the messed up person. A narcissistic person is a person with what you would call a serious personality disorder. They are literally like demon childs. They're literally like demon seeds. These people get off on causing other people pain and suffering. These are people that get off into seeing other people going through pain and suffering that they caused. These people are extremely argumentative. You talk to this person, they argue. You argue with them for 15 minutes and you gotta go lay down for 8 hours to recuperate from the argument that you had with them. Have you ever been with a person you had an argument over some little stupid stuff? You had an argument with them, 15, like I said before, 15-minute argument, 20-minute argument, and the argument got so heated about little to nothing, you literally had to sit down and be like, God, dog, I gotta go lay down for an hour or two. They drain you. Narcissistic people drain you. Number one, they're compulsive liars. Number two, they're evil, wicked people. These are people that get off on seeing other people in pain. They will gaslight you. They will say that they said one thing 1 minute and then turn around and lie and say, I didn't say that. Okay? These people, they get off on seeing other people in pain. And what person am I talking about that they love to see in pain? You. They want to see you in pain. So they'll cause all types of pain and suffering, mental suffering, physical, spiritual, any type of suffering that they can cause you. They can sit up here and start screwing around on you, which will mess you up mentally. And then lie and say, no, I ain't doing that. And then later on, and one thing that I did find that when you're dealing with a narcissistic person is that they're very, very loose. They will be screwing multiple people. They won't just be screwing around with 1 or 2 people. They might be screwing around with 2, 3, 4 people, 5 people. Okay, these will be some of the people that will not only have sex with a man. You'll be with a woman, and she'll not just only have sex with a man. She'll turn around and have sex with a woman too. She'll not only that, but she'll be in the same bed with a man and a woman at the same time. Okay, you know, she'll be doing something to the woman while the guy doing something to her in doggy style. Okay, so these people are very, very sexually experienced. They've been with a whole lot of people. So after you have finished dealing with a person who is a narcissistic person, I strongly suggest that you go and get an HIV or AIDS test. Did you hear what I just said? After you have finished dealing with a narcissistic person, and I haven't finished all of the qualities yet. This is going to be a series that I'm going through. I done talked about 3 or 4 different qualities right now in this particular video, which is part 1. Women that you should be running from. Okay? So, I strongly suggest that if you have been involved with a narcissistic person, compulsive liar, person that loves to see you in pain and suffering, that will flaunt somebody else that they're screwing around with on you, causing you more pain and suffering, who are compulsive liars, evil, wicked people. What I suggest you do immediately is go and get a HIV test or AIDS test, because these narcissistic people will be screwing around with multiple people. Okay, so this is going to be part 1 of women that you should be running from. Part 1, about to go into part 2. Peace.